How about it? From the back to the front, Ross Chastain wins the Coca-Cola 600.
Ross Chastain has just delivered a powerful statement that has sent shockwaves through the entire NASCAR world. In one of the most unforgettable performances in Coca-Cola 600 history, Chastain turned a rough Saturday practice into a legendary Sunday night win. Starting from the very back of the field, he became the first driver ever to win the Coca-Cola 600 from last place, and only the second to do it in any Cup Series race since 1969, joining the legendary Bobby Allison in the record books. The drama began unfolding Saturday afternoon when Chastain's primary number, one Chevrolet, crashed during practice, leaving his Trackhouse Racing team scrambling with less than 24 hours before the green flag. What happened next revealed the true character of this organization and set the stage for Sunday's miraculous comeback. "We thought we were going to have to fix the primary, and NASCAR said, 'No, there is something bent, so go build another one.'" Chastain explained after his victory celebration, which included his signature watermelon smashing tradition atop his race car. "That's how we did that." The challenge facing the Trackhouse Racing crew was enormous. Their backup car wasn't even complete. It lacked an engine and needed several critical components before it could compete in NASCAR's most demanding race. What followed was a masterclass in teamwork and dedication that would make this victory even more meaningful. Crew Chief Phil Surgeon recalled the devastating moment when everything seemed lost. It was deflating when a tire went down and Chastain crashed during practice because their original car had been running so well, finishing fastest among the field in 10, 15, and 20 lap averages. But rather than accepting defeat, more than 30 Trackhouse Racing employees descended upon their nearby race shop, determined to give their driver a fighting chance. These weren't just mechanics fulfilling job duties. These were people who dropped their Saturday night plans, left concerts and ball games, and worked through the night because they believed in their team and their driver. "This group of guys I have got is relentless, and no doubt everybody was going to give it their best," Surgeon said. "Guys were at concerts and ball games and dropped what they were doing to come in and help." Nearly a dozen crew members stayed until 2:30 a.m. Sunday, returning just 3 hours later at 5:30 a.m. to complete their preparation. The car they frantically assembled was originally slated to be a backup for the upcoming Nashville race, but necessity demanded its immediate transformation into a Coca-Cola 600 contender. When the green flag waved Sunday evening, Chastain found himself in 40th position, watching 39 other cars disappear into turn 1 ahead of him. Meanwhile, pole sitter Chase Briscoe led the field, but only for one lap before William Byron began what would become a dominating performance for the Charlotte native. Byron's dominance was unlike anything seen in recent Coca-Cola 600 history. The Hendrick Motorsports driver became the first to sweep all 3 stages of NASCAR's longest race, leading an astounding 283 of 400 laps. His performance seemed destined for victory, especially after signing a 4-year contract extension with Hendrick Motorsports just days earlier. For Byron, this race represented something deeply personal. As a Charlotte native, winning the Coca-Cola 600 would have been the perfect homecoming. He had finished in the top 3 in the previous 3 Coca-Cola 600s without capturing the victory, making Sunday's opportunity even more precious. The race took another twist when Kyle Larson entered the mix after crashing earlier in the Indianapolis 500. Arriving at Charlotte by helicopter, he hoped to recover from his failed double attempt. Larson started strong, leading 34 of the first 41 laps, but things quickly fell apart. A spin on lap 43 caused damage that dropped him a lap down, though his team got him back in the fight. But on lap 245, Larson was caught in a multi-car wreck sparked by contact between Briscoe and Suarez. The crash ended Larson's night, leaving him 37th and short of completing the full 1,100 miles of the double. Not the day that I wanted, but huge thank you to Rick and Linda Hendrick, all of Hendrick Motorsports, Arrow McLaren, everybody involved in making the day memorable, Larson said, acknowledging that his memorable day wasn't for positive reasons, even though it wasn't memorable for a good reason. As the race entered its final stage, Denny Hamlin emerged as Byron's primary challenger, trading the lead 15 times with the Charlotte driver in an epic battle that had fans on their feet. Hamlin led 53 laps and appeared to have the speed to challenge for the victory, but a critical pit strategy error would cost him dearly. With 52 laps remaining, both Byron and Hamlin pitted for their final fuel stops. However, Hamlin's crew failed to get enough fuel in his number 11 Toyota, forcing him to make an unscheduled pit stop with just 12 laps remaining. The mistake dropped him completely out of contention, leaving him to finish a disappointing 16th. "You can't change the results, so you're going to have to live with it," Hamlin said after the race. "They're the pros. I'm not a pit guy. I tried to do everything I could. We had a great car, fun battling up front. Heck of a battle there. Would have liked to have seen it through and, unfortunately, didn't get enough gas in it." With Hamlin out, the finish came down to a dramatic showdown between William Byron and Ross Chastain. Byron had led most of the race, but Chastain, starting last in a backup car, was closing in fast. With 6 laps to go, Byron made a mistake in turn 4, going low to avoid traffic. Chastain took the high line, carried speed through the dogleg, and pulled off what many are calling the slide job of the year to take the lead. Byron tried to fight back, pushing hard through the final corners, but on the last lap, he brushed the wall in turn 3, lost momentum, and couldn't catch Chastain. Ross Chastain won the Coca-Cola 600 by just 0.673 seconds, leading only 8 laps, but the final 6 were the ones that counted. "Holy cow, we just won the 600, he said, amazed after passing 2 faster cars late in the race. His celebration was pure Chastain. Standing on his number 1 Chevy, he smashed a fresh watermelon from his family's farm on the track, honoring his farming roots. Laughing, he told fans, "Florida watermelons are in season. Go smash one to celebrate." Ross Chastain scored the biggest win of his career at the Coca-Cola 600, his 6th Cup Series victory and first crown jewel. His Trackhouse Racing team's hard work paid off, with some crew members even giving up their day off to help. Team owner Justin Marks called it a masterclass effort. The race also saw Jimmy Johnson's 700th Cup end early with a crash on lap 111. But in the end, Chastain and his team pulled off an incredible comeback, showing that determination and teamwork can overcome anything.